the legendary burial place of King Arthur, Glastonbury.
King Arthur's buried in England. Last I heard, anyway.
Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 453. My name is Will, and when you see me again, it won't be me. It'll be Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
And when you see Ben again, it won't be him. It'll be Atticus. Hi, Atticus.
Hello.
I know we all look alike, and that has been confusing for a lot of our viewers, but we can finally reveal that it's been on purpose. We've got ourselves a three-way doppelganger situation. It's all kind of been this big Lynchian production, so that's what's been happening. You can stop commenting it.
You should mostly not worry about it.
You should mostly not worry about it, exactly.
We also just found out, we found out that we have the same mom and dad, like all three of us, like Donna.
Just now, yeah.
Just now.
Kind of reeling.
We had a really messy Zoom call just a couple minutes ago.
So forgive us if we're a little off today. This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about the finale of season 2 called Beyond Life and Death. We have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. That's over at patreon.com/drskeleton. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. Okay, normally we start our episodes off with a discussion question, but this is not an ordinary episode. Instead, I'm going to lead us off with a simple observation. 2 words. Daddy's home.
Daddy Lynch?
Daddy Lynch is in the building. I watched this episode twice, back to back, or 2 nights back to back.
Watching it on repeat is really funny.
That would be kind
just
of wild.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Let me just hit
straight up
restart.
looping. Yeah.
I do that for movies sometimes. That's fun. You should loop sometimes, I think.
Just hit the beginning real quick.
Yeah, just go backwards.
That sounds like fun. I mean, it was fun to do this, to watch it 2 times in a row. Watching the first time, it like blew me.
You watch to the end the first time and you're like, fuck, that was such a good episode, but all the audio was messed up at the end. let me find a version where people aren't speaking backwards.
I wonder if there's like a fan edit where someone does dubs just a little bit better. Like
like, yeah, this is just they're speaking it weird. We made it clearer what they're saying.
the George Lucas cut.
Are there foreign language dubs of Twin Peaks? Because I wonder what they did for that part.
That's a good question.
If I were them, I would have just left it and just put subtitles up. That would have been.
It's probably a good idea.
It wouldn't hit as well. Do you think they put a little bracket backwards, talking backwards? Probably. If they didn't, I guess they'd kind of miss something.
I mean, yeah, you'd hope that they would.
Absolutely.
Which is probably what we're going to be doing here today. I'm not even sure how we are going to talk about this episode. Like, I've barely begun to like process what I saw, but we're going to do our best. By the way, Ben, I forgot to ask you if you're willing to read the summary today. Do you mind pulling that up?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. And in the meantime, Atticus, I want to get your first impressions about Daddy Lynch being back in the building.
Oh, my villain arc. I hate being the first person to talk on this. I feel like I'm ready for say more. You know, I'm ready for him to be back and for him to be saying more. I'm ready for the movie. I'm ready for season 3. I empathize with the people that would have felt confused and a little like, was that all? Was there a like? Is that it when it aired initially, or was it a big satisfying finale for people? I assume the meta is that people were pissed.
Pissed is interesting. Yeah. Fan reaction. I'm not sure. I I think
Well,
that
I was going to suggest that you guys need to wait. You guys have to wait your turn now because you haven't seen the first season. So you guys have got to wait literally 25 years before we go on to the second part, the next season. It wouldn't be
Okay.
fair.
Well, yeah, this for the longest time. Okay, I know from what I know about Fire Walk with Me, the movie that comes out the year after this episode aired. By the way, this episode aired at the same time, or like aired back to back with the previous episode, which is such a funny back to back episode experience. I think like to go from Miss Twin Peaks into Beyond Life and Death. I'm gonna actually experience that this week, like at Film Scene in the theater, because they're gonna play them together. So I'm gonna go see what that was like. But yeah, I mean this. So I guess I know. Firewalk with Me came out a year after this aired. I know it's a prequel, or that's maybe like using too like Star Warsy language to describe what's happening with Twin Peaks. But from what I understand, this is kind of like it you get from the story, as far as like what happens to all of these people, presumably until season 3. Now I don't know what happens in season 3, and so this is like this is Daddy coming home and seeing all the toys strewn around the floor, and him. I don't know how we're to take this metaphor, but just like this is how you play with the army men, boys and girls, or something. I don't know.
Would you say? Feel free to cut this, but is this like the second Trump administration? He's back.
You are in your hater era, dude. Your villain arc.
No.
No, I don't think so. I was actually thinking. I mentioned Star Wars just now, and I was thinking about Star Wars as I often do, but about like an artist's relationship with the audience and the fans and the reception and the expectations of that. I think David Lynch was early on the correct path well before anyone else figured out. I mean, which is to say, don't give the fans what they're looking for. They don't know. They don't know what they want. It's
because
not
they don't have
work.
shows. You're the showrunner, not them.
Yeah. If nothing else, you're David motherfucking Lynch. So do what you do, and he did what he does. There's some really, I mean, like 10 minutes into this, I turned to Zoe. I'm like, this is like the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Right? Like this is incredible, right? Like it's not just me. I knew that the reputation of season 2, as I understood it, was that like, it starts strong. There's like a hard slump, and then the last 2 episodes are worth watching. And we watched last week's episode. And it was like, well, this is kind of like a little bit more of the same. This was like maybe like a better version of this slump, but like I don't really care. I didn't realize that I was getting into like maybe the greatest episode of television that I've ever seen.
So better than the first episode.
The pilot?
I think so. I mean, I'm trying to channel Lynch here and just like react intuitively to it, and like I honestly can't overstate my experience with this. Like, was really intense and overwhelming.
How much of this, though, for you guys, since you haven't seen it before, how much of this did you feel like you had seen through cultural zeitgeist-y type stuff? Because when I was just rewatching it 15 minutes ago, whatever, or finished it 15 minutes ago. And I've seen it a couple times, but then like it feels like almost everything is kind of what, I don't know, people out there in the world think of when they think of Twin Peaks. Like there's a lot of lines, right, that are
iconic
kind of
lines in
made
this
it into
episode.
iconic lines, made it into common parlance, whatever, stuff like that. So did you feel like you were seeing things that you had seen out of context before, or was a lot of it new?
Gosh, I guess it's kind of both for me. Yeah, there's plenty that I've absorbed over the years. Like have been around, like I've had friends who have loved Twin Peaks forever, right? And it's such like it's hard not to. Oh, what I learned watching this too is like all of my favorite shit was like directly not ripping this, but like is so directly inspired by it. Like I'm thinking like forever I've been like the International Assassin episode of The Leftovers, like the greatest episode of television. And it's like, it's what if this episode was like getting like HBO funding, and so therefore they were like, you have to make it coherent, like to some extent. And like the parallels are crazy. But I'm getting off the rails on your question here, Ben. I think I like a lot of the imagery, like I had sort of seen, and sort of the direction, not the direction. I had heard about doppelgangers. I had kind of known that maybe the Coop becomes evil. I knew that there was this like showdown in the Black Lodge sort of thing. And turns out knowing all of that though does not like at all prepare you or help you like navigate this episode anyway. And I don't know, maybe I also like kind of forgot. I guess maybe I thought it was going to be more like interspersed throughout all of the second season, rather than it just being like, here's a deep dive into the Black Lodge or the Red Room or the waiting room or however we want to talk about it. But so yeah, I think kind of both. How about you, Atticus?
I feel like I've got a superpower that I have a hard time getting stuff out of things if I'm not following, and I'm really bad at following things. That made this episode. I'm waiting to hear why I'm wrong about this episode, and we'll potentially just need to rewatch when I hear all the good things about it, and I can rewatch and go, "Oh, that is cool."
Okay, yeah, interesting. You guys, because we were talking a couple weeks ago about the gap. I guess if that's what you want to call it. It's so long, it's not really even a gap, but like the gap between this season and what comes next, basically. And I was thinking to
You mean
myself as we
after
were
Firewalk
talking.
with Me? After the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, the return. And I remember when we were saying, I was like, shit, have they said the 25 years thing yet? And I was like, man, I can't really remember if you guys know that. I mean, not that it's like a spoiler or anything, but I was thinking like maybe I guess that's in the last episode. I guess that's in the last episode because I think I don't know. You guys said something that made it seem like that the exact gap didn't make sense yet. So,
Well, it ended up being 26
Anyway.
years.
Okay.
So, how about that?
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I had heard about the I'll see you again in 25 years. Also, wait, didn't like
Okay. Yeah.
There was maybe mention of that earlier season 2 already, like the first time Cooper gets to the Red Room and he's like an old guy.
Yeah. That's what I can't remember because there's so many good. I mean, there are so many good, but much briefer scenes throughout basically, the second season of these characters and that space as well. So yeah, it's partly just me forgetting.
Well, I think we should just kind of get into it. This is probably going to be a long one, so buckle up, everyone. Again, this aired June 10th, 1991, the same day as the previous episode. This was directed by a guy named David Lynch. It was written by Mark Frost, Harley Peyton, Robert Engels, and David Lynch.
Okay, I'll read the Margaret Lanterman intro. And now an ending. Where there was once one, there are now two. Or were there always two? What is a reflection? A chance to see two? When there are chances for reflections, there can always be two or more. Only when we are everywhere will there be just one. It has been a pleasure speaking to you.
And then what happens in this intro is that the camera, she kind of she says it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and then she kind of looks off a little uneasily, like I was honestly getting podcast that's only covered 2 shows, but like I was getting some Lost vibes for this, like during the doc, I forget the guy's name, like Dr. Candlewax or whatever, when he's like doing his like lab coat presentations to the camera. I kind of got to feel like this was kind of an in-universe thing like that, because she kind of looks up as if she's looking at like a director or something, like behind the camera, and then it zooms like a slow zoom straight into her left eye. And there's like a reflection of like a light on your glasses the whole time. But some reflections right there. Zoe right away is calling the Jung shot immediately. And Atticus, if you're struggling with this episode, I recommend having Zoe sit next to you and like explain it to you while it's happening. That did a lot for me.
All right. Andy and Lucy console each other after the chaotic Miss Twin Peaks contest where Annie was kidnapped by Windom Earle.
Very sweet.
Cooper, Harry, and... Yeah. Cool first shot. Cooper, Harry, and Hawk stare at the map as Cooper mumbles, "Fire walk with me." Pete Martell enters the police station and says the log lady stole his truck and drove off toward the woods. Cooper informs Pete that was Windom Earle in disguise. Actually, I don't think he ever really clarifies the disguise.
He
part.
doesn't.
I think he just keeps
Just
telling
that
Pete,
wasn't the
that was
log
Windom
lady."
Earle. That wasn't the log lady.
It seems like it was a pretty important thing to explain how things
Yeah.
happen.
The log lady didn't steal your truck. The log lady will be here in 1 minute.
That should catch you up. You should now feel in the swing of what's happening.
No questions.
The log lady arrives and says her husband gave her a bottle of oil from a gateway in the woods. The jar smells like scorched engine oil. Hawk brings in Ronette Pulaski, who recognizes the smell from the night of Laura Palmer's murder. I don't think I could ID. I'm getting hints of scorched engine oil because I don't think I know what engine oil really smells like either. Let
I
alone
bet you could
scorched.
kind of. I bet you would guess. I mean, I
Also,
can't
like-
picture it either, but like,
I also
It's
imagine
different
these
than gas,
kids, like
right?
everyone back then were like had infinitely more like self ability to work on their own vehicles. That I wonder if it's more common that you would.
they're always just breaking
Interact
down
with.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm not criticizing. I mean, I can believe it for
Yeah.
Ronette after going through her whole thing, you know? I mean, I still probably be the same. Oh, that smells like the smell from when I was being tortured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd be like, oh, that was scorched engine oil.
Which, by the way, Cooper like knows she's gonna recognize it, so I think that's pretty like fucked up of him to just spring that on her like that. It's really like activating like some extreme trauma.
Traumatizing. Okay, comprehension. Embarrassing myself. Comprehension check here.
That was Windom Earle in the disguise as the log lady.
Thank you.
I know that was what you were gonna ask.
Does Windom Earle use oil to open? Like, does he utilize any oil to open a portal? So that doesn't come back up other than to confirm. Like, what does that do for us? That's just a thing that happened.
Yeah. Don't try to follow it. Really, I think is
Okay.
Well,
I mean, the pool.
I'll
It's
say
a
keep
pool
it
of oil,
Sure.
right?
And that was
I'll
just
say
happened to
keep-
be there, or like maybe mystically
Yeah.
appears at the right time at the right.
I'd say this: keep it in mind.
Okay.
Keep it in mind for the future.
I
There's
guess
a
like
lot to come.
I'm not missing. I mean, maybe okay. Relax, maybe a little bit, but it's not like, yeah, you idiot. Remember that scene? When
Right,
they, like
correct.
laid out the oil. Okay.
Yeah. I want to like I really want to give a chance to like breathe with all of the characters too. So like I want to stay with Andy and Lucy for a minute, or like go back to them. Their faces are like pressed up against each other. They have a very sweet moment where Lucy's worried about like like, oh wow, this experience made me like nervous for like what happens if like the power goes out and I'm in the elevator and I have the baby in the elevator, and Andy reassures her. He's like, I'll deliver that baby right there in the elevator for God and everybody. And they say I love you to each other at the same time and kiss. Very, very sweet. I think this is probably the most this is probably the most fan service like we're gonna get. And it happens like right up top, and then it's kind of like it's gonna get worse from here. For like,
This is the most resolved you little piggies are gonna get.
Yes, this is the most resolved, and this is the only like kind of like dose of joy that you're probably gonna get. And then welcome to the motherfucking jungle is kind of the rest of the episode. Pete Martell with the entrance of a lifetime. This was amazing. He like triumphantly he's like Aragorn entering the halls of Rohan and says, "Grand Theft Auto. The log lady stole my truck."
Grand Theft Auto. The log lady stole my truck.
Just God mode. It's like getting David Lynch back in the director's chair to to work with Jack Nance again is like, Jesus Christ. This is I feel like the characters are awake again or something, or like it was finally like they're at full charge here. I think I remember like starting this whole Twin Peaks project with a like skepticism about this. Well, I guess like throughout our experience with Lost, I think a lot of it was me grappling with this idea of like, okay, Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse, are they like they're like the auteurs or like they're the showrunners that like run everything, but really, there's like a lot of like unsung work that happens that like all of this stuff emerges from the work of everybody that's involved here. And there's like way too much emphasis on like, oh, this is all like, the machinations of the Wonderkins in the showrunner's office kind of thing. And then fast forward to today, I'm like way back. I'm Mr. Great Man of History right now, where I'm like, nope, it's all Lynch, baby. Like he's 10 feet tall. Like don't come near him, kind of thing. And like I know that's wild, and like I really need to look into like I know Mark Frost should get like and does get major credit for like a lot of the mythology, and like I think if Mark Frost made the show without David Lynch, it would be the show you're looking for, Atticus. Like I think it would just like make sense. I'm thinking like there's going to be some interesting like mystical stuff. There's going to be but there's going to be like clues. There's going to be payoffs. It's going to be like structured. It's going to be a mystery. It's going to be satisfying. There's going to be some cool stuff that happens here. And then Lynch is just in there like, use the Force, Luke, kind of stuff. But like part of getting Lynch in the mix is that you get this kind of performance from Jack Nance. It felt good. I guess this was another bit of fan service, I think, or at least for me. We're like, okay, we're gonna let the goat stretch his legs one last time here, and let him like run around the pasture before we put him down later. They start talking about Glastonbury Grove, which is apparently what the map is like pointing to, and that's where Windom Earle is headed. that's where King Arthur is buried. And Pete says King Arthur is buried in England. Last I heard.
Last I heard is such a like.
So good. And so I guess I haven't really been tuned into too many like Arthurian symbology throughout the series so far, but definitely got my antenna up now. Much to be said about that later in the episode, I think. And yeah, I guess we really should have put like bets, or you and I, Atticus, should have put like bets on like who are we gonna see in the finale? Like what kind of characters are gonna come back? What kind of storylines are we gonna see again? I don't think I would have said Ronette Pulaski is gonna make a return, and like not see James or something, you know?
Yeah.
But we do see Ronette Pulaski, and also she actually says Laura's name. And it's like, oh yeah, and Laura Palmer. I forgot. Like she's kind of like the whole point of the show too here. All right. And the scorched engine oil. Just want to say too. Remnant of industry, or residue of industry. Perhaps some evidence towards this, like the oil in the woods, like this is being this evil. I think that there's maybe some more evidence for the destroying the trees, evil in the woods, industry being the cause of evil towards that theory a little bit with this engine oil situation.
Anything else on this opening?
The blocking is great. He uses this angle throughout the episode, but like he puts the camera up in the corner and it's like real wide. It's almost like a security camera. We see like the master play out like that. Then we like get in for coverage, but like that's a good ass angle. The man knows where to put a camera.
All right. Windom Earle arrives in a dark wooded grove with Annie, who begins reciting Psalm 141 from the King James Bible. They reach a circle of trees and vanish behind a red curtain.
I have the psalm here. I would like to read it for you all. This is Psalm 141 KJV, which is the King James version. What's LXX? Because it says Psalm 140 LXX.
Actually, I skipped over that part. I not sure.
There's like another version of the Bible, I guess, is presumably what's happening here. Another printing. Like it's the 141st chapter in King James and the 140th another one. It's almost as if we should just have one like Twin Peaks could take a lesson. They're like, oh, this is the 141st episode of the Bible, aka episode 140, and it's going to be a Psalm of David, and it goes a little bit like this: Lord,
the Bible version got really confused. Sorry.
Do not interrupt the word of God.
I'm sorry to interrupt the word of God.
No, you say what you're going to say because this is a little bit long.
Okay. I was just going to say, once the networks got involved, the Bible versions got very confusing.
Okay.
I don't think Annie would be. Isn't Annie was a nun, right? I don't think she'd be remembering the King James version.
Why? What do the nuns use?
Well, you don't really read the King
Like the
James
woke version?
The
Is it
Catholic Church. You
the
don't read. I don't know what
girl
they would
Bible?
have done at that time. They have like the New American Catholic Bible, whatever, that kind of stuff. But they don't.
I thought King
nobody
James
reads
was like
King-
the standard. Why
No,
wouldn't the
it's
nuns
like
be off?
it's like a very commonly. That's a bad translation version.
Oh, gotcha. Well, regardless,
Or not
maybe
translation, but yeah.
Annie says this psalm, and it's just referred to. It's just she doesn't say like this is the King James version in the thing. Maybe she's referencing like the
Yes.
New American version, and this is just how they cite it in the summary here. But this is the passage.
No, but I think they cited it that way because she was talking old style. She's talking like King Arthur.
Yeah.
In the words.
I guess I'll give you guys any other chances to like interject before I start this passage. Are we good? Can I get
I
after
like when a
this?
priest does that. When they
We're gonna need a Bible scholar
anyone up
before
here
we go
trying to-
further.
Okay. A Psalm of David. Lord, I cry unto thee, make haste unto me, give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth to keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. Let the righteous smite me, it shall be a kindness, and let him reprove me, it shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head, for yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. When their judges are overthrown in stony places, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. Our bones are scattered at the grave's mouth, as when one cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth. I think that's kind of the most like that line there is kind of what we hear Annie say. But then the rest of the passage continues. But mine eyes are unto thee, O God the Lord. In thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers' iniquity, or the gins of the workers' iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. Damn, should I read the Bible? This was like a cool ass passage. This was kind of, these were kind of bars to me.
Yep.
Okay.
But you can tell the king. It is King Arthur style. All those.
Are you confusing King
these
Arthur
in
and
there.
King James, or is there like a connection between King James and King Arthur? Like, what is going on with this?
Well, the King James is talking like that too. King James Bible's talking like King Arthur. King Arthur's a British guy, right?
Are you
He
saying
was
King
married, I
Arthur
think.
to just like reference like the whenceforth?
Yeah,
No,
why are
I'm
you-
I'm saying King Arthur because they're talking about King Arthur in Glastonbury earlier.
Okay, yes.
But then the Bible part.
Sure, but then the Bible part they're saying thee all over the place.
The
Yeah. I don't think it mentioned
The-
King Arthur in the Bible, though.
Not in the Bible. No, I'm just
no
saying
name check in the Bible.
they're talking like
It is in the Epstein files, though. You
Arthur.
see that? You see King Arthur was like,
He's emailing around.
prithee, take me to thine island. Okay, so I think I've read the whole passage because I think there's just a couple of interesting tidbits in there. It's also just like that's some good writing in there. The lifting up of my hands is an evening sacrifice. I think that's interesting. It shall be an excellent oil. A second little reference to oil there, and then like let the wicked fall into their own nets, with that I will withal escape. Let the wicked hoist themselves by their own petards, sort of thing. And Annie is not afraid in this moment. I think that I'm not really sure why Windom has convinced himself that he needs to bring her. I think we kind of eventually learn that maybe he doesn't have all the rules figured out of how all this all works, but it's his fear that lets him access the Black Lodge, I think, not Annie's. That's my read on it. You know, like he says something about like, oh, I can feel my fear, and he's getting like, you know, into feeling afraid. And he also says, as he's taking her towards the grove here, I took my boy right up to the edge last time. Pause. And I love the entrance behind the curtains. I thought that was sick. Like the little fade in, walk through. Very nice. How do we feel about Annie and Windom Earle in this scene?
I think I agree with you. I think upon those 5 silent seconds of reflection just now, I agree with you that maybe Annie wasn't that scared because I was scratching my chin. She was just pretty calm in the truck. I'd be, what do you call it? A barrel roll? Tuck? What do you call when you tuck and roll? If you were to
Sure.
open up the side,
Get out of
thing,
there.
you know? She was pretty calm.
She was pretty calm. And she was like, just hurry up and get it over with or something. Don't,
Yeah.
like, whatever this is.
Do you read actual confidence that she thought that Cooper was going to save her? Or was that like just kind of...
No, I don't think so. I think that I think that she immediately like leans on her faith here. What's gotten her through before, and what protects her in this moment again, and we know that from like this prayer that she recites that kind of just works as a spell a little bit too. Or just it's a psychological thing of just like it's her way of grounding herself and staying calm in the moment. But I'm not getting damsel in distress really from her perspective. I think that
Sure.
Crucially, that's how she functions to Cooper, as did Caroline, as did Laura, as did Addie, et cetera, et cetera.
I guess like did I thought she did say like Cooper will save
Maybe
me.
she, and then so I would just be wrong there, but perhaps.
But maybe she just said he, and I wasn't paying close enough attention. It was a capital H.
Now for the storyline that everyone here cares the most about. Back at the Hurley house, Ed, Norma, and Dr. Hayward bandage Nadine Hurley and Mike Nelson for their injuries. Nadine suddenly regains her memory and is horrified to see Ed with Norma. She hollers about the missing drape runners and bursts into tears, very upset over Ed and Norma, while Mike apologizes to Ed for letting his tryst with Nadine go too far.
Everyone's acting so fucking stupid in this scene.
Yeah, including Ed and Norma, obviously.
Definitely.
Zoe pointed out Norma just saw her sister get abducted, and she does not seem to be like remotely
She's getting
concerned.
fucking married.
Just snapping her fingers with Ed, like by the fireplace. Why are they even there? They think like this is all like result. I mean, I guess it's their house. The Trump tweet. It's his house. He's supposed to be there. But yeah, they're acting stupid. It's so funny that Ed just can't believe this wound up going poorly.
Right.
This was never headed to like.
Thought we talked about this. You were gonna
Yeah.
marry that high schooler.
Was always gonna end in
What?
tears, bro. This is honestly like a much cleaner way of having
Oh my
this
God,
happen.
right? I kind of thought this was the goal, to have her like kind
Yes.
of realize where she is.
Also,
But you have to have is it the presence of mind or the place of mind?
its presence.
God damn.
You got to have the presence of mind to snap back into it in that situation and be like, oh, fuck, we failed. Like you're thinking for a split second, we failed. And then realizing, oh, folks, Doc Hayward, psychology, I've done it. This is what I was planning for the entire time.
Instead,
how
he's
we planned
just
it.
thinking about like planning the wedding and how it's gonna be like, boy, that's gonna be a little bit more complicated than if she was just happily with Mike. Like, come on.
Well, I think I think that's interesting. That it would be a lot more convenient if this adult was traumatized into the position where she reverted to the mind of a child. It'd be a lot more convenient for the especially the men in her orbit if she continued to think that she was a high schooler. And the second Nadine doesn't realize that she's a high schooler, Mike's like, "Hey Ed, sorry bro, like this went too far." Like, look, the absolute instant that's like, damn, I guess I'm with somebody who doesn't think that they're a kid anymore. Fucking
It is
crazy.
good. It is good though that Mike apologized, because he is definitely the cause of all of this. We all know that the children in the town of Twin Peaks are the ones causing all of the trouble, and all of the adults are constantly above board.
Being acted upon.
By these unruly children.
Yeah.
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 I want to shout out Wendy Robbie as Nadine. I think she probably had some. She has one of the more fun roles. Probably it was probably fun for her to be like super strength child Nadine for a lot of season 2.
A lot.
Season 2. Yeah, so I guess it was probably one of the funner roles, but like it was pretty one note for a while, and then getting that flashback to the real Nadine here at the end, like she does a really good job this scene. Like remember, she's like a real actress, all right? She's like, we got some real professionals on set here. And again, the blocking in this scene too. Like it's a wide angle from across the room in the corner, and we see it all play out with this weird staging with Ed and Norma on one side,
the
and the rest of them on
fireplace.
yeah. That painting above Mike and Nadine and Jacoby's head is super weird. It's like there's like LEDs in it or something, or light bulbs, or maybe it's shimmering gems. I'm not sure. But and then Ed like really kind of roughly grabs Nadine at the end of this scene. Like, how old are you? I'm like, oh, Jesus, dude.
She gets to do whatever she wants to. The snapping is very, very funny for them to just be grooving at the beginning of the scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's like no music, but just vibes.
Oh, we're not going to see them again, so I have to. I want to call it out, and I missed it. I missed it before. I think they should have brought back. They should have brought back James, and they should have left Donna in Scooby. I wish the Scooby Doo crew was back for this final episode, and that they were in that first scene to see the oil, and then be tinting their fingers and see the oil and think, we finally solved it. It was Big Ed. The oil means it was Big Ed who killed Laura Palmer all along.
Oh
That's
shit.
That's the crime we're still solving. It was him.
They tie him up and try to take off his mask.
Who else could possibly have oil? Okay. At the Hayward house, Donna is distraught, having learned of the likely possibility that Ben is her blood father. Ben
You know,
and Eileen.
that phrase, blood father.
Ben and Eileen try to console her. Dr. Hayward arrives and orders Ben out of his house. Ben's wife, Sylvia, arrives and begins arguing with him. Angered, Doc Hayward punches Ben. Ben slams his head on the fireplace and he falls down to the floor unconscious.
Unconscious or dead? I thought he died.
I think
What
they're
did
the
he
same
get hit
thing.
with?
They can be. I think you can, if you're dead,
Oh, I guess
you're
you are
unconscious.
also unconscious. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Doc Hayward punches him so hard just with his fist that happens to his head.
No, he like trips. He like it's that Ben like stumbles back, trips, and like he like falls
okay,
into
sorry.
the fireplace. No, you're
That
good.
makes
Like
way more
it's
sense.
but
Are Dr. Hayward and Ben supposed to be roughly the same age? Or is Ben significantly younger?
I guess I sort of thought they were all sort of contemporaries. The
Like they
yearbook
went to
sort of
school
seemed-
together.
yeah, indicate that they were maybe contemporaries.
Eileen seems that way, but I didn't know about it's just you look at him, he looks like an older guy.
Hayward is.
The Wikipedia
Hayward.
says that Doc Hayward born 1929 and Benjamin Horne 1940.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Let's talk
Well,
about that maybe.
Yeah. I'm really glad Ben said Sylvia's name, because for a second there's like a lady I did not recognize at all showed up, and he's like, "Hey," and then Ben's like, "Sylvia," and I was like,
Oh,
"Okay,
my
yeah." Yeah, to sort of explain what that was. So yeah, Doc throws the Hayward haymaker once Sylvia shows up and Donna embraces him. I think this gets him fired up enough to demonstrate in his mind his masculinity, and it claims another victim. And that's what happens here. That's my read.
They teach you that when you become a doctor. You kind of it's like the kung fu inside of an old kung fu movie, like the manuals that they read, where they just teach you all the places to punch somebody, and that's why doctors are the best fighters. At the Blue Pine Lodge, Andrew grabs the safe deposit box key and sneaks off, while Pete finds him and wants in on what he plans to do.
I wrote down here, I wonder how David Lynch is going to make this plotline interesting. And I was certainly not prepared for how he decided to take
This
this
is awesome.
and give me a billion years. Never would have
Let's-
gotten.
Let's not spoil it, but
Yeah.
yes, I mean, great. I said it just a couple weeks ago. We kind of got the old people's home storyline going on, and you're like, okay, it's more I guess it's gonna be a road episode, kind of travelogue episode for the old people. They're getting out of the home. Let's see what's
Mhm.
gonna happen next.
And I mean, I would have put money down that, like, of course we'll see Catherine in this episode.
Yeah.
Duh. It's Piper Laurie. She's like the main like schemer, right? Like we'll definitely see her, or else we'll know what happens to her.
It'll matter. Of course it'll matter, everything we watched with her.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Guy who missed the reveal episode was still wondering, like, I wonder if they're gonna bring that Japanese guy back.
I mean, I thought we were gonna see Catherine. I would have thought we were gonna see James. I thought Josie. I thought Josie might show up in the Black Lodge, to be in this sort of like midway place. We thought maybe. Oh, who did we think was also gonna show up in the Black Lodge? Anyway, but like, yeah, I would just gone zero. I would have been blanked on everything.
Cooper and Harry find Pete's truck in the woods. They walk partly into the forest when Cooper says he must continue alone, leaving Harry behind. Cooper hears an owl and sees the pool of oil ringed by rocks and a circle of small trees. Harry watches Cooper disappear behind a red curtain, which magically appears and then disappears.
These 12 sickly sycamores around the pool of oil. I think that's very interesting because, yeah, they're saying like, oh, there's these 12 sycamores that are around this this pool of oil. And Zoe looked up. Sycamores are native to the eastern United States, not necessarily the western. And so we got maybe another sort of like invasive species or like, you know, like non-native situation happening here. And we're saying like we've got these 12 sycamores. When I hear sycamore, like, unless you describe it as like it's a small sickly one, I'm picturing a really big strong tree. Like sycamores are like famously big and strong, I think, right? Pretty big tree anyway. And I think it's really interesting that they're like these really spindly Charlie Brown Christmas tree ass sycamores that are surrounding this evil pool of oil. And the shot of the grove here is so ominous. Just like, I mean, it's the front lighting, whatever, and just like the very slow movement through this space. Super creepy. And Zoe pointed out if you looked at the scene from above, it would probably look like an eyeball with that like dark like pupil center and then like the white around it and then like eyelashes and stuff as the sycamores or whatever. And I think it's cool that Harry witnesses this. This is a bit of like you know, he has expressed skepticism of Cooper's like spiritual or mystical journeys or forays, and he actually does see him like go into the curtain here. So we've got a witness.
Well, I kind of don't remember this part very well. Do they show his reaction?
Yeah. He's kind of like, whoa. It wasn't like a huge thing, but like it's definitely like, okay, he saw it and registered it.
Made him hungry, apparently.
Midwestern Twin Peaks Harry just going, oh.
Oh, let me just scooch by you into the red room here.
What was that? Andy, wait, no, I missed it. Sorry. Cooper walks into the mysterious red curtained room from his dream. There are couches, a zigzag pattern on the floor, and some statues. The man from another place dances into the room and sits in an old chair. A man sings a sad jazz tune as a strobe light flickers.
How do we feel about this scene, gang?
What a vibe. More places need to be like that. Just in general. The red room, that's the third place.
The third
or whatever.
space. Yeah.
The third space that's missing from American life. It should be like that.
Let Americans go to the back rooms. Atticus, do you hate her?
No. Just
Oh, good.
patiently watching, you know? Reveal yourself scene.
I will this one, like I was the whatever advertisement is where the guy is like hair being blown back sitting listening to the speaker like this. This was like I was receiving this at maximum frequency, and the performance by James V. Scott of Sycamore Trees, lyrics by David Lynch, was just bonkers, dude. It blew me away. The strobe going throughout it, incredibly striking. Just wow. And this is kind of the problem with talking about this episode now too, where a lot of my notes from here on are going to be like, "Damn, wow, huh." That's kind of all I have for some of this, but yeah, James V. Scott, real singer. The Sycamore Trees, real song, but written for this, and cool as hell.
You should put out a video, like intersperse the how it feels to chew 5 gum, or like how it feels like to watch the season finale.
Screaming Laura Palmer would be good for that. Andy arrives in the forest to join Harry. They wait all night, and after over 10 hours, Cooper does not emerge.
This is a really funny scene for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, is the sort of like the dialogue here. This is like we're back to like it's really what's the right word? It's tense, it's ominous, it's uncomfortable. Like we're really worried about like what's the character's really worried about what's happening, but also like Andy's just kind of bothering Truman with questions, question after question about do you want fries with that? And Harry's, just like he's clearly yes, and he's trying to think about other stuff, and the scene just goes on for so long. And then the other reason that this scene is very funny, it just straight up looks like Truman is sitting there with a gun in his mouth the whole time. Did you guys clock that? Like, I don't know, there was something about the stump that was in front of him in his position of his boot and the rifle there, but it looked like he was just like, oh, about to blow his head off the entire scene.
Meanwhile, Audrey walks into the Twin Peaks Savings and Loan Bank, passes before the sleeping new accounts clerk, and chains herself to the bank vault in protest of the Ghostwood Development Project and its environmental effect on the forest weasel. The old, senile, and slow-moving bank president, Del Mibbler, fetches Audrey a glass of water, but is slow to understand what Audrey is doing. She asks him to inform the Twin Peaks Gazette editor, Dwayne Milford Jr., Yes, I really ran into the end of that sentence.
Okay, yeah,
She asked him to inform Dwayne Milford Jr.
Yeah.
Just then,
No, okay, can
Andrew
we
and
stop?
Pete-
Can we stop here? Can we break this into two
Yes,
to two
yes,
chunks
yes.
here? Okay, because this whole scene, like, we need to give this the time and the reaction here. So let's just. Was not expecting to see like the inside of a bank this episode. I think we just found out about like, I guess like the savings and loan was like part of like some sort of scheme last episode. It's kind of like Audrey's thing. And I guess she really does care about this. Really into it. I don't really know. But this is a great set. Incredible blocking throughout this scene. Again, these really long shots. And dude, Del Mibbler. Oh, I love this guy. This is so good. This old man just shuffling painfully slowly across the whole of the room to get this water for Audrey and bring it back all in one shot, and like, you know, a little pan to follow, and he just like shrinks down to nothing in the distance and then slowly shuffles back. He just doesn't understand what's happening. He's like, we need to make a telephone call about this kind of thing. The glasses, this dude, nothing like seeing like like a senile old man barely struggling through his day. That brings me such joy. I don't know why. Nobody moves like David Lynch. No one would think to do this. Who would have the audacity to end your famous television show with like, okay, this is the finale. There might not be any more Twin Peaks that ever happens with this. Should we spend a full like 5-minute chunk of this just like watching like this old man shuffle into who we've never seen before, shuffle down to get a glass of water, and we're really going to call him Del Mibbler? Are you fucking with us, David? What the heck, dude?
Can we move on to the
Yes.
new people? Okay. Just then, Andrew and Pete arrive with the safe deposit key, intending to open the box left by Thomas Eckert. Andrew asks the bank president for help in identifying the proper box in the bank vault. The elderly bank president walks away as Andrew opens the box to find a bomb, which is triggered by the safe deposit box opening. Along with the bomb is a taunting note reading, "Got you, Andrew. Love, Thomas." It explodes, blowing out the bank windows. The clerk's glasses and some money fall into a nearby pine branch.
Unreal that this is how this goes. Unreal. There's no way, dude. There's no way. This had me screaming. Are you kidding me? You blew up Pete and Audrey? That's how this ends? Who the fuck is Thomas? I mean, I know it's Thomas Eckert, but like, what? This is what the mystery box thing like led to?
Did it
You
feel a
blew
little
up
bit
Pete?
like? Did it feel? I mean, like me watching this, like this feels like Star Wars. But did it feel at all like the Snoke? Like, oh yeah, just a figment of someone's imagination. Like JJ, like fuck JJ Abrams. I'm doing it this way. Like,
Yeah.
whatever
maybe.
little thing you were doing, I'm stomping on it.
Yeah, it certainly. And honestly, I feel like I'm kind of building this narrative that like, yeah, Lynch wasn't involved at all in the second season. He just kind of comes back and is like, all right, let me clean things up here. I don't know how true that is. I feel like that's kind of an anachronistic or apocryphal understanding of how this went. And like he actually was like pretty involved in like people are just kind of looking to do mental gymnastics to excuse the slump and say like, oh yeah, Lynch didn't have anything to do with that. But I have no idea why anything happens the way it does here. And just like, you blew up Audrey Horne. What? I think there are a couple of secret protagonists of Twin Peaks. And I'll get into that later, but I I think Audrey is one, or like, like Heroes of Twin Peaks sort of thing. And it's wild that this is how it ends for her. This is probably the hardest thing for me to process about the episode, I think, is this bomb that kills my goats, Pete and Audrey.
Well, we don't see anybody dead.
I mean, we see all the windows like blown the fuck out of the bank, and we see the glasses go flying. I guess we don't see them dead. That's true.
Sure. Yeah, but awesome way to go if they've gone.
Yes.
At the Double R Diner, Bobby and Shelley smile at each other. Bobby proposes marriage to Shelley while she asks to think about it and considers she is still married to Leo, who at that moment is still holding out in Windom Earle's spider trap. Bobby and Shelley tease Heidi as she comes in late for her shift. Do you want to pause? Shall we pause
sure.
there?
Yeah, let's pause there. I think, gang, we have to be like, let's take our like resolution dubs where we can find them. I think we were pretty worried that like Leo was gonna have this redemption arc, but it seems like he has certainly been doomed.
He's gonna be
to an eternity of dangling spiders above his head. Like that's some like Greek myth punishment right there. That's so like, all right, okay, good.
And
I
seemingly
guess.
bugging out the whole time. Like there's no like, he hasn't found himself like a way to like relax his neck a little bit.
Yeah.
And like,
it scares him the whole time. Yeah. And again, sort of on the same track as like, why did we spend any time with Del Mibbler? So funny that we're spending any amount of time like with Heidi right now. Like incredible
Right.
move. What is this supposed to be at all? Oh, nobody moves like Lynch. Nobody does.
Would you consider what Bobby did a proposal for marriage to Shelley?
No.
Okay. And it seems odd that Shelley considers herself like, obviously it's a good point, like we need to clear up my marriage to Leo, but she seems to be living with the feeling as if she is a married woman, which is an interesting thing to be doing.
Yeah.
Like she's wearing the ring. That's interesting. I'll put that in the interesting column.
I haven't thought about it until quite right this second when you said that, and I wonder if and maybe this is just more headcanon, but like I will choose to attribute some more like agency and guile to Shelley, and I think that she's maybe perhaps not that enamored with the idea of the institution of marriage anymore, and that like Bobby's like a dumb guy. And like just being able to be like, sorry, dude, like it's like a weird thing that like the paperwork would be kind of tough. And like she can like, she never has to, it's kind of like a free pass to like not have to deal with like the potential of getting anywhere near her previous situation ever again.
If he had a second brain cell, he would be like able to like overcome that barrier.
Right.
But he sees that as like immovable.
Yeah.
Nearby, Major Briggs and his wife are at a table, happy to be back together. Jacoby arrives with a dazed-looking Sarah Palmer, who delivers a message to Major Briggs, recanting in a garbled voice, "I'm in the Black Lodge with Dale Cooper. I'm waiting for you."
I'm at the combination Taco Bell and Black Lodge. Okay. Jacoby's outfit.
What? Yeah, awesome.
His cape.
What is that? What is that? It's a thing. I just can't quite place it.
What is what?
His outfit.
Oh, like
What
a
is-
count?
Count. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, when Zoe and I did our solo episode, or I guess our duo episode, but our interlude episode, I told a little story about like when we were in Chicago, and we were sitting in a restaurant, and my back was to the door, which is very not tactical of me, but is more gallant of me. But Zoe says, "Oh, here comes the hat guy," And she said it in such a way that like I thought it was gonna be not a guy right behind me. And so I do a big turnaround, and like it straight up is Dr. Jacoby's outfit. Like it was this hat and cape situation, like right there. And so I'm like, I just look straight up at the hat guy. But I recently ran into a hat guy myself, I guess is my point.
Mm. They're out there.
They are out there.
Isn't it like, okay, there's definitely hat guys, and it's definitely like they're there to make fun of. But isn't it a little sad that it's just like, I wish we could all stop so that we could all also wear hats if we wanted to. But like,
Well, that's
you
the
look
thing.
like a hat guy if you wear a hat.
Yes. The thing, if you want, you will be a hat guy if you wear a hat.
Especially with the
but-
brim.
Especially, yeah. But like, I envy the hat guy. You know, like he doesn't mind being the hat guy. He knows he's the hat guy. If you dress like that, you know you're going to be known as the hat guy.
When he hears, look at that guy with the hat, he turns. He knows it's about him.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like, it's just one of those like little side quests of life, I guess, that you can like, you can just do things.
You can master the hat.
You can wear the hat, wear the cape, and like people are gonna call you the hat and cape guy. Like you can choose to let that impact you or not. I'm choosing
But
to
the
let that
pros
impact
of
me
like
quite a
walking
bit.
around with a cape seems so. If you can get over how like embarrassing,
Yeah.
and horrible that would feel, and instead just embrace how cool it would feel to like whoosh places.
Yep.
That's next level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'm really letting that get in the way of me wearing a hat and cape. You know, like the embarrassment is like a really big deal for me. So I won't be doing that myself, but like I kind of admire the people who can pull that off.
Admire from afar.
Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about some of these people in the diner? Because this is the last time we'll see some of these people. Last time we see Bobby and Shelley. You want to send them off with anything? Those crazy
Get back
kids,
to
we think they're
work.
going to make it?
I feel like if I would be uncomfortable as a patron watching this encounter. I feel like their arms
That's
are all
true.
over each other in a
Are
weird
you guys
way.
going to like nuzzle in my food or whatever?
Right.
It does seem to be quite a bit of a love fest in the diner, though, because we see Major Briggs and his wife. Wow, what is her name? Does anyone remember?
She's
Mrs.
literally
Briggs?
hyperlinked as it's Betty,
Betty.
but she's hyperlinked as
Nice.
his wife.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, Betty Briggs. I think Major Briggs is, I said Audrey is like a secret protagonist of the show. I think Major Briggs is not only a secret protagonist of the show, but I think he is the hero of the story. And I think that, you know, Jacoby entering with Sarah Palmer, Sarah comes to him with this message for a reason. And it's like in another, or I can see a version of the story with like these same characters doing what they do, but like the movie or the story is about like Major Briggs realizing what he needs to do now. Like, and he had this this is his second act pinch happening now in his story, and like in a different movie. He has this fear that love isn't enough. Like we hear about this, like we're gonna see his showdown in the Black Lodge. Like Cooper's is unsuccessful, but like he is gonna end up being the one who like maybe braves it, for example. And I think this is backed up with some of this King Arthur stuff. We know only someone pure of heart, of true merit, can pull the sword from the stone, right? Only someone with perfect courage can face the Black Lodge. This is something that we know about the Black Lodge, and this is something that Major Briggs is concerned about. Briggs was looking for a castle. Remember that? About when he was coming back with some from his drug journey. But I think a bigger evidence here. Earlier in the season, I think it was the episode that Elijah joined us on. Briggs was sitting on a throne, and he his like in that like Gothic stone, viney throne there. Garland, his first name, is something to be worn for celebration and honor. It can be known as like a crown of gold or silver. And he specifically called out the strangeness of his name last episode. And I think if we were following his story, things might make more sense. Like we might like have a more complete understanding of like the rules of the Black Lodge and like the mythos that's happening around here. Like we might, if we could follow him with where he disappeared the first time and like came back with his pilot helmet and stuff. Like I think that there's stuff around the periphery that like he is in the middle of it all, and we are mostly following Cooper as our hero of this story or the protagonist of this story, but it's really Garland that's the main guy. That's my kind of theory.
I think I mostly agree with that. And as you were saying it, I was thinking like it was kind of like in a movie. He's kind of like the trope in a film or something where like there's a science guy. There's like a nerd who kind of figures everything out. And they're usually like a B character or something like that. But they've kind of figured everything out on their own, and maybe they can't solve the problem, but they've kind of, like you said, maybe are able to understand all of the rules. And if we were following their story and instead, we probably would also understand those rules differently. Which I think is quite similar to the other show, the only other show in the world, which is Lost, as we've talked about. I was trying to, now I'm just saying this because I want to build up to what I saw on Google. I was trying to recall the name of the science guy from Daniel Faraday, I've learned. But I did go to Google and I searched nerd from Lost, and it brought up one of those like scrolling things with a picture of literally every single character from Lost.
Owned. I don't know. What do you? I think Garland Briggs is kind of like, if not the key to it all, but like, I think is the last we see of this is kind of like, Sarah coming to him with a warning, with more information, as if he can handle it. That feels like a scene from a different movie where he then has to go fucking handle it.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about Sarah's deep voice too?
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is for this, because it's not diegetic, but I basically want to ask, like, did everybody else hear it that way too? Yeah. I was trying to put myself into his shoes, and I realize like this happens to me all the time. Like I'll interview somebody at work or something like that, and they say something insane or really weird, and you just have to kind of just choke it down and be like, yeah. Yep. And that's sort
Right
of
on, brother.
sort of what Garland does here.
Yeah.
It's like, let's hear it, Sarah. I'm in the Black Lodge with Dale Cooper. I'm waiting for you.
I'm Batman. For sure. Yep.
Interesting. Mhm. Betty, what do you think?
Very interesting.
What was your read on who I is?
I'm in the Black Lodge with Dale Cooper. I'm waiting for you.
Is that Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I think so. I think it's probably Bob.
Makes sense.
And I also I think the characters do hear that crazy voice. Because I think like Cooper hears backwards speech, like we have this we have sort of like textual evidence for like some of that, but I would just guess there.
Everyone's just being polite about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know,
caught in your
Sarah.
throat.
Been hitting the SIG, Sarah.
Okay. In the Black Lodge, the red-suited, backwards-talking man from another place tells Cooper they are in a waiting room and offers Cooper some coffee. Coffee hyperlinked for some reason.
Investigate this.
The man from another place tells Cooper, quote, "When you see me again, it won't be me." Laura Palmer appears, saying she will see Cooper again in 25 years, and then says, "Meanwhile," while making a strange gesture with both of her hands. I would say it's a pretty cool ass gesture, not a strange gesture.
It is pretty cool.
The elderly and senile waiter appears and brings coffee to Cooper. He is replaced by the giant, who sits down next to the man from another place, saying, "One and the same." The man from another place rubs his hands with the giant gone. Cooper starts to drink the coffee only to find it frozen solid, tipping it to show the man. He tips the cup a second time and some of it pours out, now liquid. He tips it a third time and it is burnt oil. The man, I gotta be honest, I didn't, even seeing this like 3 times, I never made that connection. I was just like, that's goopy coffee. Goopy coffee.
Yeah, I kind of read it as goopy coffee too. I remember the scene of the dripping maple syrup a few episodes back in the Double R Diner, which I guess now I am literally in real time connecting that maybe that was supposed to be burnt engine oil.
Yeah. The man from another place says, "Wow, Bob, wow. Fire walk with me." The room erupts into flame and begins to flicker between light and darkness. Cooper leaves the room, entering another one that looks exactly the same. He returns to the first room, where the man from another place says, "Wrong way." Cooper goes back to the second room. He sees the man from another place laughing, saying, "Another friend." Actually, I think he's screaming "another friend," isn't he? Maddie appears, says, "Watch out for my cousin," then disappears. All right, I think a lot of this kind of chains together, but we should probably pause there because
Yes.
a million things happen.
A million things do happen. This is a very it's a red room feast. It's a Black Lodge feast, I guess. And the scene kind of plays out when similarly to how what happens when I screw up my scene in Blender. I forget to hide or unhide an object and hit render, and then things are randomly appearing and disappearing during it. It's all very disorienting. Coop is walking around the Black Lodge like those photos of Tarantino, where he's looking at that thing and just kind of looking around. I do want to take issue with a little bit of what happens here in the summary. It omits a kind of an important thing, I think. But the man from another place says, "Wow, Bob, wow, fire walk with me." The room erupts into flame and begins to flicker between light and darkness. Then he hears a scream. Cooper leaves the room, entering another one. So I think he follows the scream. He hears a screaming, and he goes to investigate, perhaps leaning into this savior mentality situation.
Another Ben CinemaSin.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, could be part of his...
towards the scream.
Yeah, I think that there could be a read of this where I thought this after the first time I watched it, and I don't know how well it held up upon the second watch, but I thought maybe he exited the waiting room prematurely. He didn't quite, he was sort of learning the rules of everything. He's kind of getting that Tenet scene where the bullet flies backwards, and it's okay, the coffee is sometimes frozen, sometimes it's oil. And I'm sort of seeing okay, these guys are one and the same. And then things are going to start flickering, whatever. And then I hear this scream, and then he gets up and leaves before he can get the full download, the full tutorial, the full walkthrough, all the information that he needs to conquer the rest of the lodge. I don't know. The scream didn't seem to interrupt anything, and the man from the other place didn't seem to be oh, one more thing as he was leaving or something. There seemed to be a little bit of a pause, and so I don't know how well supported that theory is, but I do think there is evidence for the like Cooper is following the scream as this like, ooh, I gotta go save somebody thing. And I'll also say we get a lot of people like speaking backwards in the scene. That is so hard to do. I've been trying to do that.
When are we gonna do it? We have to do it as part of our
E-fuck.
series
E-fuck.
sometime.
That's all I can do.
Wait, what is that?
That's coffee. The older senile gentleman.
Oh
He's
yeah,
just saying,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
E-fuck. I think I can get closer to saying words fire walk with me. Like I can say them forwards as if they've been reversed. Easier than actually reverse.
I think you'd probably record
most
yourself
days.
and then listen to it backwards and then
I've
say
literally
that.
tried doing that. I've tried to just like
Oh, okay.
syllable by syllable do that over and over, and my brain, I guess I have a hard time with that. I can't do that.
We've got to try it sometime. You do final episode
Feel free.
of the series or something.
Yeah.
extended take. I think I've shared this before, but my one Twin Peaks trivia thing that's always stuck with me is how I think I shared
Twin
this
Peaks
the first
trivia
time you showed
stuck
up,
with
but
me.
Fire stuck with me.
Yeah.
Is that the man from another place was going to have a lot simpler shit to say, but Lynch got lucky. And apparently, as a kid, he had been basically doing this as a game with his friends or siblings or something like that. And so he was pretty good at it.
You can just do
which
that.
Definitely comes out off.
Yeah, it's so hard to do. As well, and him doing the like the laughter in reverse is fucking creepy. That's such a scary sound. The maniacal laughter played in reverse like that. Yikes, dude. That got me. I want to hear what Atticus thinks of this chunk.
I'm not a good person. I found it exhausting and just like disorienting.
No bearing
and,
on your integrity, your moral standing.
It made me feel like I don't know. I don't get television. I'm not allowed. I couldn't. I don't know. I was just like, what's happening? I want like. I know I'm supposed to just be feeling things, but I like need to be grounded in what's happening. I guess I don't know.
What
So I
was
just
your
felt
view?
like-
What was your viewing setup? How were you?
Oh, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you watched this on like an Apple Watch in like a bathroom or something, didn't you?
Yeah. I watched it on my phone like real early this morning. Like,
Really?
yeah. Like strobing out with like the bright morning lights shining through the window. Yeah, it was perfect viewing.
Okay. I am sad that you didn't like this. This was so cool to me, but it's okay. It's okay.
I know I'm wrong. If that helps. It's got to a little bit.
People can like different things. What is good?
Cooper returns to the first room to find it completely empty. An evil-looking man from another place appears, with his eyes corrected white, says doppelganger, and twitches. An evil-looking Laura doppelganger appears and says, meanwhile, with the strange hand gesture again before screaming. Scared, Cooper runs out of the room, returning to the other one. He is bleeding from his chest and has trailed blood on the floor. He stumbles back to the first room and sees a woman lying on the floor with his own body. The woman is Annie with her throat cut.
Okay. First of all, a little bit of editorializing from the descriptor here. Let's say evil looking. I don't know. They kind of look. No, they look super evil. I think it's a pretty off-putting look. I think this is Regardless of whether or not Cooper prematurely left the waiting room earlier, I feel confident saying that this is certainly where Cooper makes a massive and critical error here, where he is scared of Laura's pain and like runs out of the room. He cannot face Laura's pain. He displays imperfect courage. And I think this meanwhile that Laura says and screams, I think this is a really arresting, tough part of this show is like Laura remains like totally tortured even after her death. Like the meanwhile means like meanwhile while anything else was happening, I'm in like unimaginable agony. And she is being tormented indefinitely here in the Black Lodge, or at least her soul is, or some part of her, or it's a symbol of like her, infinite torment, I think. And Cooper just can't bring himself to face that.
What's he there for then? I guess Annie.
Yeah.
Interesting what he's able to take, I guess, in some ways. But I think that's a good read.
A little later, Cooper walks into her room with a shrine-like table to see Annie. She says she saw the face of the man who killed her. It was her husband. She does not respond to the name Annie, and her appearance changes to Caroline.
This is the part, like he skipped the supply room. If you're like this is like a Metroidvania style game or something, and he skipped the room where he was gonna like stock up on supplies and potions. He like failed the pre-boss fight sort of thing, and so like everything from here on out is like doomed for him. Like he's dead man walking. He doesn't understand the rules, and his fate has already been sealed. I think Heather Graham getting up off the ground in reverse was like a really impactful moment. That was she did a really good job with that.
Was it reverse? Because there are definitely shots in here that aren't in reverse.
I don't know. Yeah, it had a very uncanny feeling to it. If it was
probably
reversed or not, I'm not sure.
Okay. Caroline is replaced by Laura and then Windom Earle. Annie watches as Windom and Cooper face off and then disappear. Windom laughs and says if Cooper gives him his soul, he will let Annie live. Cooper says yes, and Earle stabs Cooper. There is a burst of flame, and the stabbing rewinds. Bob takes control of Windom Earle, saying he cannot ask for Cooper's soul, and will take Windom's soul instead. After a burst of flame, Windom Earle goes silent, apparently dead. Cooper leaves the room, and an evil doppelganger of Cooper appears from behind the curtain.
Me on my first day at the Black Lodge, asking for somebody's soul and getting all of the rules wrong.
It's you playing it like a board game.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like Bob shows up and he says he can't do that. Like,
You can't.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize there were like rules here. That this all seems to be pretty loosey goosey over here. No, you can't just ask for somebody's soul.
No one stopped you in like the normal reality. Like you can't possess people. Like you didn't play by our rules.
But this is a really cool scene otherwise. I mean, not otherwise. I mean, that is part of why it's cool. But it's kind of funny. You screwed that up. Yeah, okay. Bob's definitely dubbed over, I think. Frank Silva, it's hard to speak backwards, and he's not even an actor. So like, give him a fucking break. But yeah, I think they definitely had somebody like going in the booth giving some backward speech for that. And Doppelganger Cooper laughing it up with Bob. That's an iconic image there. And unsettling. I'll say that's creepy. That's scary.
maybe Frank Silva, maybe it's not that it's hard. Maybe he has a weird voice. He doesn't really talk any other time, you know? Maybe he's talks like Obama or something and it just wouldn't make sense, you know? Hello.
Let me be clear.
Meanwhile, welcome to the Black Lodge, Cooper.
Yeah.
Fire walk with me. Also, maybe it's just like to prevent him from getting his SAG card or something. Just like, no, you actually don't have any lines still. We're gonna make you like the face of evil and limit your residuals to like nothing. Get fucked, Frank.
That'd be great. I mean, that'd be great if that was the only evil thing David Lynch ever
Just having it out so bad.
Everyone
for this
loves him.
one
He's
guy.
so great. But yeah, just one guy. The doppelganger of Leland Palmer with brown hair appears in the hall between the two rooms and says, "I did not kill anybody." Cooper's doppelganger comes into the hall and laughs with Leland. The real Cooper runs back and forth between rooms. It seems he cannot get out. The doppelganger Cooper catches up to Cooper, and Bob's face briefly appears and laughs. I think we're gonna sort of exit the room. So, any final thoughts?
It was great to see Ray Wise again. That looking creepy as hell, dog. That it's freaky, really freaky to see you here, man. He seems to kind of slow him up just enough so doppelganger can get him too. It's some nasty work there. And I can't explain how I feel watching this sequence. This is just one of those like, damn, wow, kind of things. Also looking up different quotes that I can try to hit Obama voice in here. Owls are not what they seem. That gun you like, it's going to come back in style.
That's the best. Yeah, that's a great one. At nightfall, Harry finds Cooper and Annie lying in the forest by the circle of trees as the red curtained gateway to the Black Lodge disappears. Cooper wakes up in his bed at the Great Northern Hotel. Cooper asks about Annie, and Harry tells him that Annie is at the hospital and will be all right. Cooper gets up out of bed and tells Harry and Doc Hayward that he needs to brush his teeth. Once in the bathroom, he begins to put toothpaste on a brush, but then squeezes the tube's contents into the sink. He slowly raises his head, looks into the mirror, and smashes his head into it, bloodying the glass. Bob's face appears in the mirror, revealing that this is actually the doppelganger. As Harry and Doc knock on the door in concern, Cooper maniacally repeats, "How's Annie?" and laughs uncontrollably.
And that's how Twin Peaks ends for 25 years, 26 years. That's how
we
the
get to see a
show
little.
ends.
We get to see the music, and we get to see a little coffee cup.
We do get to see a little coffee cup. That's true. With a reflection
A little coffee.
of Laura. That's true. But like,
Ooh.
that's how it ends. Okay. Cooper squeezing the toothpaste into the sink. You guys see that clickhole video from years ago that was like absolutely beautiful? Watch a woman tell her husband she's pregnant while Conan O'Brien pours good milk down the sink.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
That's what this felt like. That's the kind of insight I can bring to this final scene, I guess. But Cooper, doppelganger Cooper, how's Annie? How's Annie?
How's Annie?
How's Annie? Fucking creepy, dude. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, but he asked like, how's Annie? And Truman and Doc Hayward say, oh, she's going to be okay or whatever. We don't know how long he's been out. It could be a long time. Presumably it's been a while because Hayward just like killed a guy. He's kind of not seeming like he just killed a guy in his demeanor, but whatever. And Cooper says like twice, like, I need to brush my teeth. As like he's really setting up like he's about to destroy the bathroom. Yeah, if you excuse me, everyone hears my stomach growling like super loudly. I need to go brush my teeth. Do you know? And also, is there extra toilet paper somewhere?
Is there any way we could skip the movie and go straight home so I can brush my teeth?
Oh, did this have dairy in it? I need to go brush my teeth. This is how, that it ends this way is so crazy. So you're a wild one, Mr. Lynch. Good on you. You guys have reacted to
any thoughts?
I feel like it's just me spinning my wheels here, being like,
that's
nuts.
pretty good. It's great. Yeah.
That's how I felt the whole episode. It's like, wow, that's nuts.
I think you did get it then. I think it. Okay. It feels like so inappropriate for us to try to cram our superlatives into this, but we've got a formula.
Anyway.
Let's do it anyway. Out for the episode.
Outfit of the episode. I like what Audrey's wearing when she chains herself to the bank.
Okay.
That was
the cape.
cool.
Yeah.
The cape is
Cape and
tight.
hat.
I mean, Laura's stuff that she's worn before, but that she's wearing in the room. That's very cool.
Like a black dress. Black dress.
It's like
is
a
that
big
what she's
black
got
dress.
going
Yeah.
on? Yeah.
It fits the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd be showing up in a t-shirt or something like that. So good on you for dying in some cool ass clothes or whatever.
Well, I think we know she didn't die in any clothes.
She didn't die in the clothes, but she brought them along, as you do. Pyramid King Tut style.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, wrapped up next to her in that plastic was a bunch of options for the red room.
I need to get on top of that.
Dying?
No, getting my pyramid put together.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you don't
With
have a
my
pyramid,
with my clothing on.
fellas. If you don't have your pyramid together by age 30, I don't know
30.
what to tell you. You're not gonna make it.
Okay, first pyramid, then savings for 3 months of like living expenses. then you can start working on like a down payment. But
Nick
I
Cage
saw
is
one of those
honestly the only one who is like moving in the correct way in the 21st century. Him and his pyramid.
I saw one of those PSAs recently, like check on LinkedIn, and there's some LinkedIn influencer guy that's like, this is your PSA to make sure that you have your will in order. And I assume that they're like, no matter how old you are, you should have a will, especially if you're married. And I assume if I had bothered to read more than the first sentence, if I expanded it, it would have said, also get your pyramid in shape.
Mm-hmm. Here at Pyramid AI, we can help you with both. You can, I got my ChatGPT will ready to go. I think having a will seems like some real like having anything to deal with later. Like really presupposes like there's going to be anything worth distributing. For instance,
well, I got
like,
the
this is
I got the
person who's
pyramid
gonna
at
scoop this
least.
shit out.
Yeah.
Okay, outfit. I'll nominate Pete. I think that like the cape and hat is really good for Jacoby, for like that's just fun. But like Pete honestly like looks killer with his like entrance here at the beginning. It's all part of the vibe is to enter like this. He's got the big fur coat going. So I'm gonna nominate Pete for outfit of the episode. Okay. Star of the episode. Who wants to say?
Kyle MacLachlan, probably. That's the real answer, I think.
I think that is probably the real answer.
Maybe, yeah, him. Anybody who went into the red room, probably pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I would like to. I honestly do think Jack Nance like is incredible in this episode. Ed Wright as Del Mibbler in a 1-episode performance, like that truly had me like hooting and hollering, pumping my fist. Just like how painfully slow he gets to the safe deposit box. Genius, absolute genius. I love it. Cheryl Lee, we haven't seen her get to do stuff in a minute. She's got a scream like nobody else. Holy cow. And Wendy Robbie as Nadine. I think good to see that she had something to do with this last episode. Those are my stars. Atticus, you want to shout any performances out? Did your telephone run out of battery while you were watching? Do you want to nominate the USB-C cable that you were plugged in with?
No, I agree. Coop was.
I give maybe a little bit trash talked the older folks, but I did like that final shot that I'm looking at his name. Dan O'Hurley, Andrew Packard. Dan, great final frame or so, you know? Oh, doing the Midwest thing again. What?
I did also enjoy when like Andrew and Pete show up at the bank to like check out what's in or whatever's in the box, and Del Mibbler is like, well, there's going to be a problem, and the problem is solved by just like, I don't know, it's so not a problem. She's like attached to the door. They just have to swing it. It's actually
so funny.
No problem at all.
Yeah. And I love their little conversation there too. Like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing civil disobedience. Like, excellent. Don't waste your time arguing about what a great man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Like he's quoting some stoicism right at Audrey there, and they just like
anyway.
pass right
I'm
on
pursuing this weird vengeance thing with some complicated ex-business partner. I don't know what's going on. I'm pursuing something that has nothing to do with greatness.
I forgot to call that out too. That I think that the immediate thing that was running through my mind was just like, has every elected official in the United States basically also seen this episode or something? And every time they're talking about like, but you need to be a peaceful protester, are they just kind of imagining an Audrey situation where it's like, oh, what are you protesting? It's civil disobedience. Good on you. Could I squeeze on past you right now?
They just imagine it's handing out flyers that you can say no to that. You're like, oh, I'm okay. And that's what they want.
I thought it was interesting in this script. There's a deleted scene where Audrey Horne calls for, at the last minute, a 1-day general strike. Thought that was interesting.
The networks cut that.
Yeah. Okay. It feels not only inappropriate but inadequate to try to rate this episode out of 5. I mean, I can't overstate how profound this episode was to me. It should be something more abstract than just like 1 to 5. But I'm obviously going to give it a 5. This is a 5-star episode to me.
Yeah, it's like a 3. It's like a middle of the road 3.
You are fucking kidding me.
I love Ben
like
making like agreement sounding noises.
Wait, what is your rating?
Yeah, it's probably a 5.
Okay.
It's a 5.
Okay.
It's good.
And I think that's all the time we have. No one else gets to say that they might not have liked it that much. No, I guess
I'm happy with that. No, that's okay. I don't think we have time.
No, what's your rating?
3.5 stars.
3.5 is brutal, dude. You gave it the half. You gave it the half,
which means I wanted to give it a 3.
Join us for
painful.
Twin Peaks: The Return. It'll be a trimmed down cast on our side.
Wait, did I hear that you're busy the next 18 Sundays, Atticus?
Yes. Okay, to push back though, like it was a very profound episode, but I got out of it what I was supposed to get out of it, which was just like, well, that's nuts. Like I'm confused about how to engage with the show still. I wish I was better at it, because like I don't get this episode, but it sounds like I do if my takeaway is that's weird.
I have no authority on like how you're supposed to be receiving this or whatever. I can only speak to how I received it. And I think this would be a bad podcast if we're all just like, yeah, this is really good.
Sure.
I think maybe the reason it clicks, I don't know if this is true for you too, Will, but maybe one of the reasons it clicks for me is like I'm receiving it and I'm engaging with it in basically the exact same way that I engage with every other episode. But because I just my mind doesn't work in the way of like understanding what's going on or remembering any characters' names or making connections. When you have an episode like this where, okay, yes, all of those things still happen, and I'd maybe like it better if I could engage with those things as well. But there's so much just happening at like a esoteric emotional level. That's great. It clicks really well.
Yeah, I think that like in all of the 5-star episodes of this show, that when Twin Peaks is at its best for me, I think I've said it on previous episodes, but it is operating at a particular frequency that is unlike anything else that I've seen. Or it's like other things that are trying to bite this, or it's other David Lynch stuff, right? But it's that's operating at, I think he would just probably like to describe it as like an intuitive level. And so you said this like the abstract,
pure
esoteric thing,
id.
Pure id.
Yeah.
It's just instinct, baby. And yeah, I mean after the call, Atticus, I can make some recommendations for how you should try rewatching this episode.
Make amends.
Yeah.
Do you have a like? I need to do like a confession. Like I don't know what prayers I need to say.
I have a psalm for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next week, we're gonna do Fire Walk with Me. We're gonna watch the movie.
Nice. I'm stoked. I got the big new 4K. I've been holding.
Has there been a new release of it or a new
Criterion has had the rights to the Blu-ray and whatnot in the US for a long time. It's been in the Criterion collection, and then they did a 4K of it in the past year. So
wow.
Very excited to see it that way.
Nice. I've got whatever the Twin Peaks from Z to A, whatever version that is on disc.
Interesting.
We'll see.
iTunes 240p.
The way it was intended to be seen.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost feel like we have to like sage the room or something. Like this was a huge episode. I told you guys before we started recording. Like I haven't been this excited to record a podcast in a while. Thank you, boys, for joining. Thank you for fire walking with me so far throughout these 2 seasons. We finished season 2. This is the longest season of anything they've covered. I think Lost had more seasons, but we covered like 2 episodes or, up to 4 episodes sometimes per week. But this is the, season 2 of Twin Peaks, 22 weeks. I guess we did Bond. We ended up doing, like 26 weeks in a row.
26.
So,
yes. I think we did 25 and then we did a 26th episode later.
That's probably true. All right, folks. Thanks for listening to the show. Next week, we will be continuing on with our show about the show coverage of Twin Peaks with Fire Walk with Me. And until then, Ben, what's the catchphrase?
Don't get peaked.
Don't get peaked. Goodbye. This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.